Hey, you guys, so I'm back again with another message from the Lord. God got me in the book of Matthew, and He dropped this in my spirit, and I had to write it down. And He was like, "Stop taking everyone advice." Um, and I read Matthew chapter 7, the part where it talks where Jesus teach about judging others. But we, as the children of God, we have to be very discerning, or have to have the spirit of discernment in this season, in this time, and stop taking advice from others. Everybody advice is not good about advice, and we should know them by the fruit that they bear. So I'm going to read Matthew chapter 7, verses 1 through 6. Nope. Yep, 1 through 6. Do not judge others, and you will not be judged, for you will be treated as you treat others. The standards you use in judging is the standard by which you will be judged. And why worry about a speck in your friend's eyes when you have a log in your own? How can you think of saying to your friend, let me help you get rid of the speck in your eye, when you can't see past the log in your own eye? Hypocrite. First get rid of the log in your own eye, then you will see well enough to deal with the speck in your friend's eye. Don't waste what is holy on people who are unholy. Don't throw your pearls to pigs. They will trample the pearls, then turn and attack you. We have to be very discerning, y'all, in this season, in this hour, when it comes to getting advice from people, especially when their household is not together. Especially when you see you see the type of fruit that they are bearing. You can't take advice from everybody, because it might appear to be good advice, but it's not the godly advice that He wants you to have. And I've been noticing that a lot, and I have been doing open rebuking to people, because it's like, stay in your own lane. Me and God, we good over here. Especially when you got things in your life that you need to get delivered from, things in your life that you need to work on. And it's not saying that God can't use a person that is still going through things in life. He very much so can. However, these are for people that are being very overbearing, very so much overly indulging in your life and what you got going on, when they ain't got themselves together. God is not gonna send somebody to give you counsel on something when they ain't got themselves together. When and then especially, these are the ones that are trying to counsel you in the area when they're clearly jacked up in that area. Can't take advice from everyone. If people would take their own advice that they give other people, the world would be a better place. But we have people that intentionally give bad advice, or give advice to people, or try to judge people when their stuff is not together. And that's not of God. God is about decency and order, and God is not the author of confusion. That's stirring up confusion, because how can someone look to you for advice on certain things, and you are struggling in that area, or your life is not together in that area, your life is jacked up in that area, and you're not trying to fix it? So God is saying to stop taking advice from everyone. We always need to consult Him for advice, confirmations, and things of that nature. Excuse me, y'all. I'm gonna read the commentary. And it says, by saying do not judge others, Jesus was rebuking the hypocritical, judgmental attitudes that tears others down in order to build oneself up. This is not a blanket statement to overlook the sinful behaviors of others, but a call to discerning rather than negative. Turning a blind eye to things done wrong shows that we have lost our own moral compass. This leads to relativism, a world view in which all actions, moral or not, are equally acceptable. Jesus said to expose false prophets, and Paul taught that we should exercise church discipline and trust God to be the final judge. Y'all, again, we can't take advice from everybody. There are a rising of false prophets, and false prophets are just not people that are actually teachers or preachers, it can be your friend. The devil gonna use anybody who wants to be used to try to lead you down the wrong path that God has not orchestrated you for you to go down. And God kind of reminded me of, thank you, Holy Spirit, the story of the old prophet and the young prophet, and how God gave specific instructions to the young prophet, but the old prophet went and lied and got the young prophet killed. And the young prophet should have just went back to God and confirmed again, but he didn't. He listened to the older prophet, and he ended up losing his life. And the older prophet was operating in the spirit of a false prophet, and he got the younger prophet killed. So we, as God's children, we have to use our spirit of discernment, and we cannot take advice from everyone, especially if the advice does not align up with your purpose, and you know what your purpose is, and you know God keeps telling you to do things over and over and over again. Be obedient. Like I said, I'd be having to do an open rebuke and tell them the devil is a liar, and they be laughing, and I'd be so serious. No, ma'am. Get your life together before you try to come over here. No. One thing, y'all, I cannot stand too is like when people try to do matchmaking and they struggle in the area of dating, or they're not dating no one. They be trying to, and they can't get their dating life together or get themselves together where they can get a position where they can be married, but they want to hook somebody else. So I cannot stand that, y'all. I just be telling people, no, me and God, we got this. Stay in your own lane, because you are in no particular to try to hook me up with nobody. And y'all, we gonna have to be in that type of spirit in this season where it was like, no ma'am, no sir, I'm good. Because you will end up, thank you, Holy Spirit, you will end up coming into agreement with spirits that they're battling with, right? Because they're trying to hook you up with people that have the same spirit that they're wrestling with. You got to understand too, y'all, misery love company. And that's a jealous spirit. People really do get jealous of people who are happy and at peace. So if they can disturb your peace, they'll try to wrap it up with something good, make it like it's something good, something fun, where it's not. It's spirits attached to it. It's demonic, and it's going to cause you to have to go through trials, tribulations, spiritual warfare that's unnecessary, that wasn't designed for you, because now you let someone hook you up, or try to match make you with somebody that God said that wasn't for you anyway. And you know, especially if you know who God told you was your spouse, or you know the characteristics of your spouse. You got to be careful, y'all. And another thing too, I'm gonna back up. We're not really even supposed to be dating as Christians. We're supposed to be vetting. All right. And so vet, do what you need to be doing. God tells you that's your spouse, you're going to courtship, but y'all not supposed to be vetting or seeing each other for a long period of time. That's when the devil really gets busy. So just wanted to come and share that. Stop taking advice from everybody. Do what God has called you to do, because there is a lot of rising of false prophets, and it's just not just ministers, y'all. A false prophet can be used in your close friend, in your family, and a stranger. It doesn't have to be someone that has a actual title of a prophet. Okay, so be mindful of that in this season, and take this message back to God and confirm. But I love you guys. I pray that you all have an amazing day, and I will chat with you all later.